Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in Barcelona in beautiful Spain and I'm here to visit Codeworks, which is a coding school bootcamp kind of academy. It's a 3-month program and I know that I have said before on my channel that if you learn one thing, it should be to learn to code because it's so in demand right now. It's totally the future and it's the thing that I most wish I had learned when I was becoming a nomad. So when they got in touch and asked if I wanted to come and visit them in Barcelona and see the space, I was obviously like 100% yes. My subscribers will be so interested to see what makes this coding school different to the others, kind of what the pros and cons and what you should look for in a coding school. They vary a lot in obviously location, but also in price, length, application, quality. So I'm going to be covering all of that in this video. I'm going to go in today and see the space, meet some of the people on the program. I'm going to specifically sit down and try and interview some of the female developers who they've got studying with them. And then tomorrow I'm going to watch the kind of end of program graduate presentations to see what they've been building. And it's generally just going to be an awesome behind the scenes. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Let's go check it out. Specifically wanted to look at today was women in code, and obviously this channel is Digital Nomad Girls, so I want to try and support the females out there who are learning to code. So I'm going to sit down with a bunch of the girls to find out what it's been like on the program, and then also some of the guys as well for a bit of a balance. But I've been really impressed that Codeworks has females on their course. They seem to be performing really well, and of course there is a gap, but the only way to reduce the pay gap, reduce the number of people in the industry, is to start pushing people through, and then these girls can be the CEOs and they can recruit more. So let's see what they've got to say. So guys, I've got one of the 3 co-founders, Alessandro, and I thought I would quickly sit down with him before I sit down with some of the students. So tell me, what made you start Codeworks?
I was an entrepreneur. I had an idea for a startup, for a tech startup. And then, long story short, in the middle of it, 6 months down the line, our lead engineer disappeared from one day to another.
I feel like this is such a classic story. Or you pay an agency and then it doesn't work out like you hoped, and everyone has had this problem.
Right. So it's like, the only way that I can really make this work is to learn coding. You know, I got to that point where it's like, either I do something different or I have to learn coding.
Yeah.
But at the time I was 29 and I had already studied something different at university. And the idea of going back and study computer science 3-4 years was, I mean, quite a commitment.
Yeah.
And so I thought there must be something, you know, like you do for languages, like when you study, let's say you want to learn French, and then you can go to a place and then you can just be very much immersed in that language. You can be speaking French, studying French,
like an exchange or live abroad
all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, and get lectures, and I said there must be something like this for coding, and that's how Codeworks got started.
I love it. There's so many all over the world. Some of them are long, some of them are short, some are cheaper, expensive. Why do people choose this one?
A combination of factors. The fact that we are very selective, so the people that you're gonna meet here are probably some of the most amazing people that you will meet in your life, work-wise. Okay. Our classes are a bit smaller. We try to not do more than 20 people per class. And then the program is a bit longer than some programs that are out there, because it's 3 months. Okay. And it's 11 hours a day. So that's also, and it's 6 days a week.
Awesome.
So it's really immersive. It's from 9 in the morning until 9 in the evening. Wow. With 1 hour for lunch break. And we really want to do, we want to cover what you could get in 3 years of a software engineering degree, an undergrad degree. I
was speaking to your hiring manager yesterday, and he said most people go into full-on coding jobs. They're not just doing internships or real entry-level stuff.
Absolutely. In fact, we it's a good point. We are pretty strict with ourselves in the sense that for us it counts as a calculating our hiring rate. Okay. It counts only for people that are that get an engineering job. right?
So maybe some other places they're like a receptionist or they're a marketing person.
Yeah, or internship even, like not paid. So for us it's only paid and software engineering jobs.
That's so cool. Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to speak to some of the students and see what they've got to say about you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. So first up, Isadora, tell me, what are you doing here?
Okay, so decided to change my career, and as I lived here in Barcelona, I tried to find a bootcamp here that fits my necessities.
I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I came here because I wanted to deepen my knowledge in JavaScript. I only started this journey like last year in terms of getting into web development. And I did an online course and I realized that I love it.
Okay.
So I wanted to go further. I came across Codeworks and it seemed like it would be very challenging but very immersive.
I'm a designer, so I come from a background, and for me it's normal to dig into code, but now I need to understand code and speak code. So the motive was, how can I do it the fastest way without actually doing computer science or need to study again.
It was the most serious and like most difficult place that I found around. I chose because for me it was the most like difficult one.
So what was your career before?
I graduated in bioprocess engineering, so biotechnology. I want something more flexible, like that I could work remotely eventually, because when you have a family in the other side of the Atlantic, you need that kind of flexibility. Because in the past 9 years we changed like 4 times locations from countries, so we're kind of we want some movement in life.
So even though I did do an online course before, it was really like a broad full stack web development kind of course, so it touched on other different languages apart from JavaScript. So then when I had to do the technical interview, I realized that the level of JavaScript that I knew from the course would not be enough. So I still ended up going through like the stuff that they recommended, like doing the Codecademy course and going through the jQuery tutorial and those kind of things to make sure that I was prepared.
That's cool then. So you don't need a lot of previous knowledge to pass the interview. They give you everything you need to like test if you can learn it.
Yes.
Because the average age here is like kind of 25 to 35, so most people are like graduates, they've had a bit of a career and they're looking for a change.
Yeah, so there is quite a lot of that. So I used to work for Shell as a claims analyst for an oil company, and then did that for 6 years, and then I was worried that might be my career.
And
I didn't really like it very much. So I wanted to learn a trade. It's like an actual skill. It's like, all right. And I didn't have one, and I was 32. So this is it.
I am a developer now. Before that, I was actually an illustrator. Yeah, so it was a big career change. It was something that always interested me. I felt like learning the code is like learning a new language. It's like English now. Everyone should know a little bit of code.
Yeah, I totally agree. How did you find the application process? I was speaking to the guys and there's 3 parts, right? You just do a written application and then there's a personal interview, a tech interview, and then a like coding challenge?
Yes, it is. So actually looking for the bootcamps, for me this was the most challenging one, because for me everything was new. I never coded before, so it was like, oh my god, am I able to do this? And then in the first interview, the personal interview was really cool, because as I have a background in engineering, so they said, no, take it easy because I think it's going to work. So you have the mindset. I think there's no problem. Then I get a little bit more confident. And then with the tech interview also, they pass some tutorials online that you can start doing things by yourself.
Sounds like you just need to be the right kind of person, and then they'll help you learn enough to pass the interviews.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that you have to like this kind of brain thing, like build things or the analytical mind, something like that, discover but how I do this, and more curiosity. This I think is the most important skill, and once you have that, in the end the tech part, you work hard and you start learning the language.
What's a typical day like? Like, when do people start? What kind of stuff are they doing in the day?
The day starts at 9 a.m. A lot of students come a little bit before that to have some breakfast, which is really a nice time for them to hang out.
Like together.
Because once the day starts, actually it's pretty full on. And then there's a little toy problem from 9 to 10. The toy problem is a difficult problem.
Right.
And it's like, here's a really difficult problem at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
And it's like, it kind of like stretches your brain the first thing in the morning. But also some students have told me it's a bit of a meditative experience.
Right.
Because you shut out all the world. It's like you're telling yourself, I have just 1 hour to do this one task. And then after that, there are lectures, 2 hours, 2.5 hours with short breaks in between. And then there's lunch. And then after that, there's something called a sprint, short bursts of time where you are focused on one task. And you do that for like maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then after that there's a review of whatever has happened before by one of the teaching assistants or the instructors. And sometimes in the evenings there are interesting activities going on related to what's hot in the tech world, like artificial intelligence, or natural language processing, that kind of stuff, cryptocurrencies. And also we have events that we organize ourselves. People from outside Codeworks come in to pitch their ideas, their app ideas.
What kind of job are you going to look for afterwards, do you think?
I do like aspects of like front end as well as back end. So I would prefer to like be able to do both, like as a full stack developer. Ideally, it would be like anything that relates to hospitality and travel, tourism.
They were saying they have a 100% success rate, which is mad.
Well, I'm going to put into the test there, that was another reason that I chose here, because that is quite inspiring, really, isn't it? Also, you feel like you're in safe hands. Because, I've moved from London, I've moved careers, I'm new to this industry. So if someone goes, give me all your time, most of your money, I can put you in a job at the end.
No, I mean, makes me proud of like what we like built in the last month, but like for the moment I'm tired, so I need to have a break even to think better. It's a new world and like starting a new path, but no, it's super cool. For me it's a little bit like a different window that opened my life, so it's cool.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I'm excited to see your project tomorrow. It's all a big surprise. So I have been fully quizzing everyone and had a bit of a look at the space, and it sounds like this is a super like intensive bootcamp. I know bootcamp encompasses a bunch of things, from like a 2-day hackathon to kind of a 1-year academy, but it seems like you get a lot crammed in 3 months. They even have a coding challenge in the toilets, so it's 11 hours a day, like non-stop. So I think if you're someone who is serious about coding, kind of interested in engineering and problem solving, and you want to do a really serious conversion which is going to pretty much guarantee you a job afterwards, if you're looking to get a job in coding, or so that you can code yourself so you can start your own like entrepreneurial startup, if you want a remote job, or if you want to base yourself in Barcelona at a company, this is, I think, going to be the place for you. Okay, so welcome back. I'm here this evening to see their final presentations for their graduates. A little bit of that behind the scenes of the presentations. They did such a good job. I can't believe how much they've done in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks they have to come up with an idea for an app or a website or whatever, make it, and then do a presentation about it. And actually one of the groups did it in entirely new languages they'd never coded in before, which is totally insane. And the judges were saying that that's something they really try and foster in the group, is that you can learn any language and you just learn you learn how to learn, if that makes sense. And that was really evident because they built this entire website which was like fully formed, not even an MVP, it was like ready for market. So that was super impressive. And I was also really interested that the co-founders gave feedback on the presentations, and they were pretty harsh in their feedback, which I actually thought was really good. It showed that the school are really pushing you. They were harsh on the presentation style, so it wasn't just like, oh, you're a really good developer, you can forget everything else. They were like, you need to be an all-rounder, you need to be able to present, you need to be able to sell, So I thought that was really amazing. Overall, it's been such a fun and interesting experience, and I think Codeworks is going to be for you if you are dead serious, if you want to learn to code and just give up 3 months of your life but have a guaranteed job at the end of it, which is going to convert. You can then code, you can learn any language, you're like fully fledged developer. And they have given me a promo code which will be in the description box so that you can get money off the program. You will find this a really life-changing experience, to be honest. In 3 months time you could be a fully trained developer working as a developer freelance or in a full-time job either in Barcelona or anywhere in the world. It's really pretty unbelievable. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!